And a three, two, one.
That hype song.
Jeez, here we go. What is up, and welcome back to the Daily Traders Podcast. This is episode number 13. As you can see, Jack's back. We had Cody on for 2 weeks. Jack has been out. I'll let you take over and explain where you've been, and you can, cover why you may have a little lisp.
Yeah, so I knocked myself out a couple weeks ago mountain biking. Been into like enduro downhill mountain biking for a long time, and when I was biking, I was at a bike park and I didn't adjust my suspension correctly, and I went off a pretty big jump, and I got bucked forward and I landed on my face. So pretty gnarly crash. I can send our editor a photo of what my face looked like. I don't even know if YouTube would like.
It's probably a little graphic.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe
probably.
It'll make it an episode. But yeah, I pretty much got a pretty bad concussion, knocked myself out, and I almost bit my tongue off. So I got stitches right now in my tongue, so I might have a little lisp. But the last 2 weeks I've been recovering. No screen time because of the concussion. I've just been sleeping. So, but being away from the office was really hard for me because I love what I do so much. I love what we do so much. It was a real struggle, and I was actually starting to get like a little depressed just being home all day. I wasn't able to work on my goals because I was limited due to my injuries. So today's the first day back, and wow, I just feel so much better just being back in the office already.
Yeah, that's good. We all were missing you. Our editor was saying he misses you behind him when he's editing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We left the window open. I'm just going to close it.
All right, go for it. All right, I have to put this in here. We are not financial advisors. We cannot give financial advice. Nothing said in this podcast should be taken as financial advice. The full disclaimer is in the description below. Thanks. But it's good you're back.
Mm-hmm. Good to be back.
Hell yeah. Cody was good though. You listened to the episode with Cody.
Yeah, I liked him. Cody was good. He was interested. Cody's a good trader. I love having Cody on the team. He's great. Yeah,
I was saying we could, with our new podcast studio, when we move into this new office, we could have the three of us on some episodes, 2 co-hosts.
That would be interesting. Yeah. Once we have cool. We're pretty restricted right now with our podcast area.
We couldn't have anyone else right now.
No, it would be hard. We've been offered some pretty cool guests, which we'll kind of get into later, I guess.
Yeah, we have.
And but we've been like, hey, let's just wait, until we get into the new office, which is October. And we'll have a full out podcast studio. Really cool. Really cool stuff coming.
Hey, if you guys don't know, the Daily Traders is officially the largest trading and investing community on the internet. We have millions of followers across all of our social media platforms. Yeah. This episode's sponsor is, drum roll, the Daily Traders.
Spry Gum.
Come on. It'd be cool if we could get sponsored by Spry Gum or Red Bull, but no, the Daily Traders.com is sponsoring this episode. First link in the description if you want to learn how to trade.
Check it out.
Yeah.
That's all I learned.
Yeah.
Good way.
Good way to learn.
Hey, let's get right into it.
Yeah, you have the notes.
Yeah, I've been working on some notes.
You got to kind of lead the convo right now.
My first day back on the market was last Friday.
Okay.
And I'm sure we all know what happened last Friday. It was a pretty big dump. It's kind of the
big sell-off Friday.
Yeah, it went down a lot. And the reason why it went down is a little interesting. They had a Fed meeting in Jackson Hole, which, do you know why they have the Fed meetings in Jackson Hole?
No.
Fly fishing.
Really?
Yeah, this is a really interesting fact. And I was watching it live, and the broadcaster was talking about it. I was like, this is the most random fact, but back in 1982, I believe, the old chair of the Fed loved fly fishing. So when they were trying to figure out a place to put the meeting, they chose Jackson Hole because it's good fly fishing.
Neat.
Not weird.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, so it's but it's a really substantial thing because they talk about what the central bank is going to be doing and kind of what their goals are.
The meeting, not the location.
Yeah, the meeting for the upcoming quarter, year, whatever. And pretty much what was discussed is that central bank, the Fed, is their focus right now is lowering inflation. And inflation, it's obviously reached record highs. And what the issue with that is you kind of have price and then you have like the economy, right? And in order to reduce the price, the inflation, in some way the economy is going to be affected. And in order to reduce inflation, you kind of have to negatively affect the economy by inversely raising interest rates, which is kind of what they hinted at. And what Jerome Powell said was that their main goal is to lower inflation.
Okay.
And that's what their goal is. And they're not really going to stop at much to achieve that. And so what happened was, obviously when interest rates rise, it's bad for business. It's bad for the economy because it's harder for businesses to borrow money, especially tech companies. There's a huge correlation between interest rates and tech companies. So once, the Fed chairman said that they're, raising interest rates, indirectly said raising interest rates is a possibility. I think it dropped like 150 points.
Yeah. Wow.
Huge drop. That was a little educational bit.
Good.
Right there. A little bit of economics 101.
Inflation, interest rates right now for like, anything, but I was looking at buying a house and right now it's like, what, 4.5%?
No, it's above 5 now.
Is it above 5?
Because I was looking at buying a house.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was looking and it was like, I'm recently 18. So it's like, I don't have too good of credit. I actually do have credit now. But my credit's definitely not excellent. I think it's like fair. And I was getting like 6% interest rates quotes. And I was like, it's just not the time to buy.
Yeah.
And so I'm renting right now and I finally got an apartment.
Nice. I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah. So happy on getting an apartment and being close to the office and not commuting an hour and a half every day. Which has been a struggle.
All summer.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Biting in my sleep. So I'm excited.
Is it just you or do you have a roommate?
I do have a roommate.
Nice.
Yeah, good friend. Yeah, he also works in stocks and good guy. So I'm excited to
Fun.
live with him. To split some rent, makes down the cost, saves more money, Never save enough money. So I have a really interesting story that I saw.
Go for it.
Addison Rae's mom.
Oh God. Oh yeah, no, I heard about this. I saw
I popped on TikTok and it was all over my For You page. And Young Gravy, which is a rapper. Do you listen to Young Gravy?
Yeah, a couple of his songs.
Yeah, I guess this doesn't have anything to do with economics or stocks, but
Yeah, that was a interesting transition.
I don't know. Yeah,
He's a little rough.
So this rapper,
we can just touch on this, I guess.
Young Gravy is
into moms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We all saw that coming.
Yeah, Young Gravy's into moms, and apparently, I don't even know, like, why are we talking about this? But
It's your notes.
I was making notes, and I guess maybe I'm still a little bit concussed. But this was on I was like, no, I'm just gonna put it in, and I just read it. So I guess now we have to touch on it.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I put a link in here.
We're deep in it now.
I don't know too much about it, but I just brought up a link which I put in the show notes, and it looks like what happened is that the dad cheated on Addison Rae's mom, and then I guess as like
Young Gravy came in.
Yeah, I guess Young Gravy like capitalized on that vacancy. That's the way to put it. And they went to the VMAs together.
So Addison Rae is like a huge TikToker.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I don't think we have to explain who Addison Rae is.
And then Young Gravy's a rapper. That's interesting. This is stuff like the BFFs podcast.
Yeah, kind of.
But I think with us, like, obviously our goal at the end of the day is to be educational, informative. We want everyone to learn something. But we can have some fun. Like, talk about some fun topics. I don't know. So that's an interesting one there, where I don't have much input myself.
Yeah,
but I think it is pretty funny. I saw a couple photos from the VMAs.
Yeah, it looks like
he's super tall.
Yeah, he is.
He's really tall. I didn't realize that.
It looks like they kissed too.
Really?
The picture was really awkward though.
That's very awkward though for Addison.
Yeah, I feel bad. Yeah, I was gonna say I feel bad for Addison.
Yeah, I would. Jeez, I do.
She's kind of in a predicament.
Yeah.
But I guess that last little bit on Jerome Powell was kind of heavy. So lightening up with Addison Rae's mom content.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Good way to brighten the room.
Yeah.
Hey, 263.8% is the return of all of the top performing stocks of the S&P 500 from each month added up this year so far.
Wait, repeat that?
Wait, wait, hold up. We gotta address the rapid topic changes. We went from Jerome Powell
I'm pulling it back to trading.
We went from Jerome Powell to Addison Rae's mom to our editor bumping in with percentages.
Yeah.
Transitions this week.
Okay, geez.
We're already off. This is already a fantastic episode.
I love it. I
might
love it.
say we're going from trading to
Addison Rae.
back to trading. So here we are.
All right.
Repeat.
I just found this article because I was looking at the S&P on Google, and I found this article: how to turn $10,000 into $94,116 in 7 months.
Wait, how much to how much?
10,000 into 94,116. 94,116.
Okay.
So that's just the top,
7 months.
and that's what?
That is the top performing stocks in the S&P every month. For instance, for January, it's Halliburton, symbol HAL at 34.4 for January. Meanwhile, the S&P performed minus 5.3%.
That's what I was gonna say. So what's your takeaway from this? Because it's very
interesting. I think the most I'll pop this up on the screen. This chart, this kind of layout of it. In April, it was Twitter at 26.9%, and June, Dollar General at 11.4.
But it's just 1 out of 500.
Yeah,
so it's not really gonna
That's such a
measuring measuring a figure or a return based off of 1 out of 500. You're still
Right.
down overall.
Yeah, it's just interesting, especially on the
what was it?
Twitter
266%.
263.8.
So, okay, that's what I'm up this year on my call outs.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
But that's different.
But the chances,
it's not just
the
a
chances-
1 in 500
The
odd,
chances
and
of
then
this happening.
1 in 500 odd 7 times.
Yeah, exactly. That chance compared to your chance of whatever your win rate is or whatever.
That would be like if I took 500 trades in 1 month and then I could have lost 499 of them, but then one of them I had a 50% return.
And you're like, this is how much I make every month.
Right.
50%.
Which is why,
there we go.
which is why I brought this up, because it's interesting. Because
So what article is this in? What are they trying to prove here?
I don't know.
They're just trying to. Well, that's the thing is when you begin trading, or even if you have no knowledge of the stock market, generally, is you're pretty naive. Someone might hear that and be like, "Damn!" People no one's guessing the top performer every single month in a row for 7 months straight. You know what I mean?
You know what's interesting is that EPAM is on here, and I recall EPAM being in a call out.
Yeah.
EPAM is up 21.6% this month,
Yeah, I definitely traded that, but not this month.
No.
It was a little bit ago, a couple months ago, I think.
which is interesting. But you also don't pay attention to fundamentals, right? That's what it is.
No.
Yeah, so you wouldn't really care about any of these news things, specifically Twitter in April.
Well, fundamentals and technical analysis go hand in hand in a way.
Sure, I mean,
If a company has good fundamentals, they're going to have good price action and good technicals. Technical
yeah, but I
analysis.
just don't look at it, right?
Yeah, but they're
My
kind of
strategy just doesn't.
I guess you kind of accidentally, because you found a good bullish pattern, it correlated to the fundamentals and it worked out.
Depends. I don't know. I guess that's it. I mean, obviously I've heard that before, but I could care less about the fundamentals of a company.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen fundamentals that, were supposed to have a positive catalyst on a stock, news comes out and then it goes down.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's I think it's a hit or miss with news articles, obviously. Traders who trade based off, companies' books or something like that, that's different. But I just trade based off technicals. Mm-hmm. What about you? How's your trading been going?
I mean,
You're doing a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, I'm focused on a lot of things. I've not been trading every day. I've also, kind of took 2 weeks off of trading because I was recovering from an injury. But recently, I've kind of just been playing. I've been playing around with futures and day trading the same way I traded options. So still kind of day trading in that realm. Every once in a while, if I see a good setup, I'll take a swing trade position. But my trading has been light, and I've actually I've been doing a lot more reading and research and kind of taking a step back and from the market and actually learn. And I came across an interesting topic, listening to an audiobook yesterday on a walk, and it talked about this guy. It was from the book's Market Wizards, which is a pretty renowned stock trading book. And he talked about how he adjusts his position size based on how he's doing. So let's say he has a winning streak. Every time he wins, he's increasing the amount of his portfolio that he's putting into one position. And when he has a losing streak, he's going red, he's decreasing his position size.
Okay.
And it talked about from the extremes, from the low to the high, it can be like 1 to 100. So his smallest position size compared to his biggest position size from a losing to a winning streak can be 100 times bigger, which is pretty monstrous. And he attributed the way he does this and the way he trades to his success. So what are your thoughts?
I mean,
because it's a little controversial.
Yeah, that goes against a lot of like what I've heard, kind of believe in. But I definitely have gone through periods myself where I'm, whatever, it's a small losing streak or, I'm just not doing well. I will size down.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not going to keep, pushing it and blow up my account or whatever. I guess that's just a very aggressive strategy as far as scaling up your account when you're doing well, which is what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's just increasing his position sizes or maybe even increasing his portfolio. Mm-hmm. I don't really think that's a great plan unless it worked really well for him. But I kind of like it because think about revenge trading, right? Like when you lose a trade, as a beginner trader, all you have on your mind is, oh, how can I make this back? And then go green again. Not, how can I how can I become better as a trader or make really solid trades? And you start thinking more emotionally, which is the classic revenge trade, right? Yeah. But when you're actually sizing down your position, let's say you have a losing trade, right? Mm-hmm. Now you're sizing down. I feel like it negates a lot of the revenge trading kind of characteristics, right? Yeah. That's true, I guess. It's a good way to not revenge trade, is actually lowering your position size, because now you're like, okay, screw actually getting I just want to make good trades. Yeah. Because that's the goal, right? It's like to make good trades. Mm-hmm. Your goal isn't, and we've touched on this time and time again, is that when you're focused on the money and I want to get rich quick, mm-hmm. I see this guy making 100K a month, $1 million a month, I want to be him. Yeah, you can have those thoughts, but it's in order to actually be successful as a trade, you got to look at the trade and take yourself out from the money standpoint. Yeah. Great. Great advice. Sorry, I didn't even mention, I have a cold. I'm just really just congested today. So, excuse my coughing and stuff. Oh, good. We're both not doing too hot. It's a rough day.
Bro is just sick all the time. It's just
terrible immune system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, terrible. I do the IV drip things though. We did the IV drip thing. Yeah, that definitely is a good immune boost. I mean, a lot of people high performance individuals, people who travel a lot for work, do IV drips, whether it's vitamins or whatever. Should we name drop Lance Armstrong? Well, I guess. That's the question. You just named. I guess it's rhetorical. That defeats the purpose of a name drop. Lance Armstrong. Yeah, we do. All athletes. I mean, not all. A lot of athletes. Yeah. Take IV drips. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's. I guess the real term would be blood doping when you're withdrawing blood, mm-hmm. and then mix it with something else like ozone. Yeah, which is what we did 2 days ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah. To a doctor's, they did the drip, and I've actually been feeling great today. Yeah, I've been feeling much better considering I was feeling awful this weekend, but hey, doing well now. Yeah, I guess push through it. I had a productive day yesterday, so this week's been really good overall. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's just good to be back. Honestly, just being here. Yeah, feels good. You know what? That IV drip. We've been watching the same show. Should we talk about it? That's a good show. And then we saw it in the show. Yeah, that was really funny. The show called Billions. We should probably talk about something like that. It's a great show, yeah. Yeah. It's about this guy, Bobby Axelrod, who owns a hedge fund. And the government, what is it, SEC, FTC? SEC. SEC is coming after him. And one of the guys, the head of the, I don't know what it is. He's the head of that. He's
I don't know if he's the head but he's heavily involved in the SEC.
And he's coming after
the FBI.
Bobby Axelrod, who owns this hedge fund, and they're going after them for insider trading.
Yeah, they trade like right on the edge. Like they're not like it's kind of illegal, but it's not. But they trade on fundamental basis. Not like they're.
It's like different. Like it's all fundamental from what I've seen. But it's neat seeing all the traders on their trading floor.
Yeah,
and
I see
how the company runs.
It's really funny.
It's so similar to kind of what we're doing.
I know. Yeah, I see the office. It's like
not insider trading, but just. They have a cool office, and it's definitely like a motivating show. It's like we're heading in that direction.
Yeah, we're just gonna avoid the SEC part.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that guy's really on him.
I wish I could remember what the actual title of the.
We can find it up. We can do it after and like pop it up on the screen.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's like a weird name, like head lawyer or something. I don't know.
Probably not that.
No, I don't know. But it's a good show.
It is a good show. And they were doing IV drips in there for they brought in like a bunch of nurses, and they all had the little wheelie things with the IV drips, and they're all trading at their computers getting an IV
Yeah,
drip.
so we just related to that show in like twofold. Like the IV,
really
like
funny.
literally what we're doing, traded, and then the IV drips, which is funny. Gotta have someone come into the office and do it.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
We make jokes like this though, but our life is really a lot like a movie or a show in many ways, and it's surely just going to become more like that. I mean, we're creating our own show in a sense right now.
I guess everyone is. And it's kind of like what we're doing is very, very outside the norm. Mm-hmm. Like you look what a lot of people are doing, and especially kids our age, they're in college, there's nothing wrong with college, but it's like you definitely are breaking outside the norm. And I tell a lot of people about what we're doing, and they're always very interested. Like, oh, like how do you do that? Like how did you break outside the norm? Because you started this whole thing.
Probably just never feeling normal in the first place.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just never felt like I fit in school. I know that's probably cliche to say, but I don't know. I really just didn't. I kind of just want to do my own thing. And so one thing led to another, and I just stuck to what I was passionate about and driven to do or to achieve with different goals, and stayed focused and didn't let things distract me. And, pretty not much of a social life, right?
Yeah.
Very loner kind of lifestyle.
Yeah. People, I mean, we talked to, we had like, was it Brandon? One who
Stein,
yeah, he did the the one who does like the e-commerce.
Yeah, that was Brendan.
Yeah, he was talking about he kind of went loner. Both of them, like
I think everyone,
they both went like loner mode.
Yeah,
much.
I mean, it's like, what did he say? I think he said like he was like Batman or something. Like no friends, like really, just kind of sat in his bedroom and studied what he was doing at the time, which was drop shipping. And that was me with trading.
Mm-hmm. He said he used to go into ghost mode, which is funny. Yeah, I like that term.
Yeah. And I think it's more than just like avoiding distractions, like social situations or whatever. It's just finding time to just be by yourself and really figure yourself out through this like process of life.
Yeah, well, it's like starting something new, like a company or trading stocks or drop shipping is, a lot of people try to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people try to trade stocks, a lot of people try drop shipping, but to actually break through and to become successful, it takes like a lot of work.
And there's no roadmap, there's no path that you can take. There's general guidelines, but it's not like in school where it's pretty, step by step.
Yeah, school's easy. I mean, it's like they tell you what to do and you just do it. But it's like when you're doing something like building a company or getting into drop shipping, there's no one. What helps is like mentorship groups, right? Or coaches or courses. And because they kind of give you some guidance, and you can go to YouTube, right? You can read, but there's no like defined curriculum. There's no, there's no imposed due dates, right? There's nothing that, there's no test to assure that you actually understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
And there's no like pass or fail. there's no effort A. It's like, it's all you really. And it takes all that time.
A lot of the time there's a big lack of organization too.
Yeah.
a lot of that.
Organization's hard.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's not everyone can go do their own thing and stay focused, stay driven. Most people can't. Most people need that step by step, that teacher telling them what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, or, I've seen plenty of kids like drop out of school, try to make it in whatever they're doing. They get distracted. They don't have the focus or the discipline. And then they're right back into going back to school or just working some job that they hate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I guess that kind of ties into, the organization part that you mentioned is having like goals and short-term goals and long-term goals. Cause that's like the due date, right? That's like the assignment and it gives direction, organization. Mm-hmm. Like how often do you use goals in your...
I was talking about this with Cody and we were talking about setting like really aggressive goals that are like very unattainable. Mm-hmm. And knowing that they're unattainable, but making he had said that like it's good to set a close due date and not make it, not achieve that goal or that objective instead of setting a due date that's months out or far away and then getting there and then not achieving it. And that's because it's like us with this high ticket. Our original due date was to launch on September 1st.
I thought it was October 1st.
October 1st, sorry. And that was a very aggressive due date. That was our goal. Mm-hmm. We wanted to hit that, and we've been working really hard to hit that.
Yeah.
And it's made us stay on track, stay disciplined. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, we're not going to rush it. We want it to be good. And we're not going to hit that due date. We're pushing our launch date back to January 1st.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's the same thing. It's the same concept. And it's important to, have goals to drive you in a certain direction, setting goals that are going to be hard to achieve, that maybe are unachievable. But I think it's just going to make you work that much harder to get there.
Yeah. And it's like, let's say, what's the saying? It's like aim for the moon and you'll land beyond the stars. It's like you will, like, even if you work towards that, you made progress. You know what I mean? It's like a losing trade. Like you put on the trade, but even if like you didn't win, you learned something. Yeah. And you made progress towards your greater goal. So
yeah.
I mean, it all ties in. And like, I mean, hey, how about this? I think that ties in great to touching on our the high ticket or the ultimate trading group, whatever we want to. We still haven't.
We don't have a name.
Need to
for
actually,
it.
All right, to do this,
we need a name.
New goal is.
We're just saying our coaching program we're working on right now.
Yeah, new goal is to create a name.
I like that.
Yeah.
We had a call and it went really well with this trader, veteran trader, and
2 calls.
We did have 2 calls. I was talking about one specifically that I think we both enjoyed because, in a way, and I said this in a YouTube video, it's like these traders that we're hiring to be part of this program that we're putting together, these veterans in this trading, in the industry of trading, finance, education, they're acting as somewhat mentors to ourselves. Like we were learning a lot.
Yeah, we were asking questions about like our trading strategies that relate, and that was awesome. We were on a Zoom. We made him the host, and you shared his screen, and he was walking us through charts, like how the tables have turned.
I know. And so what we're doing again, I mean, just briefly, is we're putting together the top trading coaches and traders in the world. And we're making this 12-week program with weekly seminars. And you're going to be able to get access to this hopefully January 1st.
Yeah.
And what I've done is, use my name, The Daily Traders, the audience we have to make these connections that otherwise, you're never going to be able to get access to these people, to this material. Some of these coaches do have some, seminars. They've gone to talks, and that's out there. But generally, like they don't have their own programs, their own courses.
No, but I mean, some of these guys are like the senior traders at the top proprietary trading firms in the world.
And so that's the thing.
Like, I was telling you, I was talking to one of these guys. He was like, "Yeah, my goal is to make $1 million in a day." Mm-hmm. Like he's passing at like 100K in a day. Like,
yeah,
they're on like
insane.
Crazy.
Way past where I am, right?
Exactly. But it's like you need to hang around. You need to associate yourself. You need to learn from people who are the next step above you to reach that step. Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, that is such a hard thing to do.
So we're making all these traders accessible.
Exactly. We're making it accessible.
Everyone, which is crazy to be able to do. And even this guy we were speaking with, he was saying that what we're doing is just like, I mean, it's unheard of and it's going to be the next big thing.
Yeah. I mean, it is. I'm confident because nowhere else, like, you know, there's plenty of mentorship groups out there, including ours, right? That have a successful young, old, what it be trader who's done well, but normally retail, right? I'd say 99.9% of the time retail. And then no one really has access to these professional traders that are trading with, you know, huge like Goldman Sachs, huge proprietary trading firms, large amount of
Hedge
capital.
funds.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's all
$1 billion hedge funds.
Because, you know, the truth is these guys are so like, you know, they're so focused on their trading that they don't have time to do any type of mentorship group, you know? But and because of that, they have become like the top 0.0001%.
Who are all like genuinely passionate and helping people learn how to trade because they've made enough money.
Yeah, exactly.
They're past that. So yeah, there's going to be like a one-stop shop for becoming a successful trader. You know, we're covering swing trading, day trading, scalping, trading psychology, risk management, and then a little special something.
Yeah, and I mean, we're also going to make it like interpersonal. Like we're actually, you know, right now we definitely react with our mentorship group in the Discord, but now it's like having live sessions with students, live trading sessions, live calls where they can ask us questions and ask the coaches questions that they're learning from.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like we're going to have these
Live
coaches make this, you know, content for us and then assemble it into digestible segments. And then you're going to have access, not to all of these guys, but to some of them to work on almost a one-on-one basis. You know, you'll be able to ask them questions in weekly seminars.
Yeah.
I think we should mention too that like you guys are probably going to be in these calls and you guys are like going to be going through all of this because like just hearing the meeting you were on yesterday, like, wow, the knowledge dump in like that hour-long meeting was insane.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm sure, you know, I mean, you guys know a lot about trading, but I'm sure you learned something.
Oh,
yeah.
And you can never stop learning.
No.
And I'm sure you guys are going to be on those live calls, like interacting with everybody, hyping people up. Like that is going to be really special and really memorable. And I think everyone who's in it is really going to like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've built like such a strong community already. And it's like we haven't plateaued, but we're like, okay, now how can we bring this to the next level? And the next level is, I don't know, whatever the ultimate trading course, like whatever you want to call it. We still got to come up with a name, but it is like, I mean, it's like, I can't imagine how you wouldn't become a professional trader after taking this. You know what I mean? And it covers like, you get, okay, so there's like 3 levels of information out there. There's like the information you get on YouTube. Then there's like the information you get in like courses, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the information that like only like a few people know in the world that are trading at huge funds and only have access to this experience because of their credibility and what they've done with inside the trading community. And now we have access to like that level 3 information.
Yeah.
And you have access to this level 3 information.
Yeah. We're really just creating this platform, if you will, for people to be successful.
I like it.
I'm very excited.
It's a good slogan.
With that said, we're going to run into a little intermission quick break. And we're back.
Yes, we are.
Guess what happened? Guess what happened? Did I tell you? With TikTok? With my account?
Oh, yeah, you're your biggest fan.
I'm my biggest fan, quite literally.
You are your own biggest fan.
Yeah, so TikTok sent me a notification that said I was misrepresenting a company or something like that, and that I had to change my bio and my name to either say parody account or fan account, and there's like one other option. That I wasn't who I was, essentially.
Yeah.
When it's actually my account, and it's like the biggest, like we have a couple accounts, right? But
yeah,
literally has 1 million followers.
That's so funny. Like,
So it was the Daily Trader, And that was like my name. That was like, it's the whole company.
Like the OG account.
The OG, the Daily Trader TikTok account.
Mm-hmm.
I was forced. They said they'll suspend my account, like gone, if I didn't change the name. So now my account is the Daily Trader fan.
Your main account.
My main account.
That's so fun. So could you not like appeal it? Like,
No, there's no option to appeal or anything. It was just like 4 sentences, and just said that.
and TikTok doesn't have like.
Yeah, this.
And TikTok doesn't have like customer support.
They do. But I didn't even bother reaching out because they're terrible. I've tried before, and they'll respond like, they literally gave me a time frame. I had like a couple days to do it. So I didn't, it wasn't like let's text support and wait. I couldn't, risk getting my account suspended. But maybe
that would not be good.
I'll try to change it back later.
Did I just see you check your watch? That doesn't tell the time correctly.
What do you mean? What do you mean it doesn't tell the time correctly?
I thought you went to check it earlier, and it's the old Rolexes are.
It's all Rolex, or I don't know if it's all. Yeah,
I think are some of them
perpetual movement. That's how it keeps charged.
and you don't wear it when you sleep, and you don't have one of those things. So wasn't the time off?
Yeah. So
Is it still off?
Yeah. If I don't wear it,
I saw you check it. I was like, what are you doing?
if I don't wear it for like a day, then it runs out of battery, and then it stops ticking.
It's really interesting technology.
So I need to get a case, a stand where it spins around.
Yeah, I used to see those, and I would like never knew why they spun.
Yeah.
Like, I guess now I know. Which is it's funny that you just checked your watch.
It's just an instinct, don't you do that?
Actually, yeah, I forgot my watch at home, and I miss having it. I've actually been like checking my time on my watch.
How hard is it to like reset the time?
That's not hard. You just got to pull this out in a couple notches and then spin it.
No, that's probably still annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is.
So speaking of fans, you have some Facebook community fans now.
Yeah, this is so weird. Just, I don't know. It's just weird. So
Yeah, like kind of weird.
it was our media guy. You sent me a...
Yeah, so my brother sent me a screenshot one morning, and my brother doesn't text me all the time. So when I get a text from him, it's usually pretty good. And he sends me a photo from a car group in our area, and somebody had taken a photo of Mark driving down the street in the G-Wagon.
Yeah.
Like,
First sighting in the G-Wagon.
Yep.
Like a bunch of pictures. And then it was like in the parking lot. Like someone saw where I drove, followed me, and took pictures of it in the parking lot.
Yeah.
yeah, I think there was another post. Yeah,
There's a shot of me driving. And
yeah, there was another post of it in the parking lot, and then
it's like those celebrity paparazzi photos. I know it's not
Yeah.
for me, it's for the car, but it's so funny.
There's one of you getting groceries too.
Yeah, so I just saw another one like yesterday.
All over Facebook.
All over Facebook. Yeah, well, so there was a thread, and it was a picture, and it was like it said like 570S, and it was my McLaren in the parking lot. And then under the thread, someone responded, and there was a video, and it was like, it said getting groceries. And it was me in the parking lot after working out, getting out of the McLaren, like going to the grocery store. And I'm like, this is so weird. Do people just follow me around and like document what I'm doing?
I guess
Like
so.
I'm a celebrity.
in some ways, yes, but at the end of the day, it's in a car group.
Come on, that's bizarre, bro. That's
It's bizarre. No, the first one with the G-Wagon, somebody did comment the Daily Trader.
Yeah, I
really?
think people know, some people know
Yeah.
who I am, and then some people are just like,
Yeah.
Well, I think it's
Cool
kind
car.
of like because the city we're in, it's not like LA or Scottsdale. It's like, or Miami, right? It's like pretty rare to see like a super nice car driving around.
Yeah.
So people see the McLaren, the AMG, Barbus G-Wagon. They're like, holy,
yeah,
I've never seen one of these before.
Well, this is funny. We were saying this a couple days ago. I was talking with Cody, and he's like, it's still the weirdest thing because I'll be driving down the road in the McLaren,
Yeah.
and then the rare sighting of another supercar around here, I'll see. It was another McLaren I saw a couple weeks ago. I'm like, oh my god, there's a McLaren, and then I realized like I'm in a McLaren. It's the weirdest thing, but something about, once you own it, it's like great, it's fun, it's just a car. But then when you see supercars out driving around and you're not in them, it just makes you so excited for some reason. It's just like, oh my god, like look at that car.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You're not used to driving past them.
I'm gonna pop the Spider-Man meme on the screen of them pointing at each other with them both being McLarens. That's literally what that is.
There you go.
There we go. Perfect.
We get that on a poster and put it up on the office wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, it's really
office.
funny. Hey, are you getting a new car? You're shopping for a new car at least?
Yeah, I want to get an AMG. Like just being in the Barbus, like the G Wagon, I'm like, wow, okay, this is really cool.
Yeah, Mercedes are nice.
And so I'm thinking of getting AMG or like a RS.
You're
Audi.
looking at Teslas.
Yeah, I'm just looking at a bunch. I don't really, but what I did was I just threw my car up on Facebook Marketplace, and if I sell it for how much I want for it, I'll go get a new car. If I don't, I don't really care. I'm not too set on a car.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I've been dealing with is car scammers.
Car scammers.
This is so interesting, and it's like this new scam that's out, and it's a good scam. like this is like I was this close to getting caught by it, and what they do is they hit you up like, hey, I could read the text. I have the text actually.
Yeah, pull it up.
Yeah, I'll screen record it, and then
Sweet.
Exposing this.
I have I text them like my address. I accidentally texted the scammer my address because no, this is what they do. They pretend like they're super interested. They're like, hey, are you available tomorrow? I want to come look at it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And you're like, yeah. And they're like, okay, like, where can I meet you? Meet me here. And then they'll say, oh, there's one thing. There's one. Okay, here, I'll screen record it below.
One thing I need from you.
There's just one little thing I need. And it's this report. Because you know what, they have Carfax reports, which are like, if I'm going to buy a used car, I would get a Carfax report. Mm-hmm. And the Carfax report, like accident history, owners, miles, service history. So yeah, like totally like reasonable to ask for. Mm-hmm. But they asked for a super weird specific report from a super weird specific website. And I'm like, okay. So I'm just scrolling through the thing. And at first I was like, oh, all right, whatever. Like they want this weird report and they were vouching for this report. And I was like, okay, this is weird. So then I go, can I just send you a Carfax report? And then go, no. You cannot send, like, don't send me a Carfax report. Like, they're trash. Like, I don't want a Carfax report. Never. And then two of them hit me up, actually. Two of these scams. I went through two of these scams.
So okay.
Texting these guys for a while. Because, like, I want to sell, like, if someone's actually interested, I'm going to respond to them. But it's so hard. They're, like, actually good at scamming. And, yes, one guy said he needs an RHQ report from this website called reportshq.com.
Wow,
it's
that's
weird.
So scammy.
And I looked at,
he wanted you to buy it.
So when I looked up the reports.com, it was like, this is a scam, this is a scam. So then when I hit him up, I said, listen, if you buy the report, and it's only like $30, but like for some reason, I just don't want to get scammed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, even though I wouldn't care too much about $30, I'm like, I'm not getting scammed. So I'm texting this guy forever. I'm like, listen, if you buy the report, when you show up to look at the car, I'll reimburse you for the report.
That's smart.
And then it was just so weird. But
then you just ghosted the chat.
Yeah, he probably stopped talking to you.
Yeah, I ghosted both of them. They kept hitting me up. Like they kept and that's how I know they're scammers, because they're so invested. Like the real person and someone's giving this much hassle, they'd be like, screw it. But yeah,
that's so bad.
Have you ever been
I screen recorded the chats for you?
Excellent. Have you ever been scammed on like eBay, anything? Like I've been scammed.
Yeah, I was selling something on eBay.
Yeah,
and then you get like a fake PayPal receipt. Says they paid you.
Yeah, I was scammed on Depop one time, which was like a similar sort of thing to like Goat or any of those. I was buying like a shirt. It was like $60. And then what happened was like texting the guy in the chat, and he's like, oh, can you pay me through Cash App? So there's no fees. I'm like, sure, yeah, whatever. And then $6 down the drain.
Yeah, I think it was a backpack. It was a backpack I was selling. It was like $100, and it was on eBay. Said, someone paid for it. So I'm like, great.
You sent it out.
I sent it out, and then I think he either never paid for it, or
I know what happened. So he sent you a fake PayPal email. Like it looked like it was from PayPal, and it was like, oh, the money will arrive in 3 to 5 days. So then like you just didn't even bother to check your account, because like, oh, whatever, it's like $100. Like I don't care like to check my account enough, and they bank on that.
And I'm pretty sure he sent me the address. He's like, send it here. I was just dumb. That was when I was younger. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's crazy. I just wish places like Facebook, like they know that's happening. They say they don't have access to people's messages, and they do.
It's just like all the people impersonating me pretending to be the Daily Traders and scamming our poor fans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a friend follow, and my cousin, like everyone, that follows the Daily Traders on Instagram. A bunch of people have texted me and been like, hey, is this you messaging me? And I'm like, no, like, look at the username. That's the Daily Traders with 3 eyes and a Z. And it's like, yeah, these people, these scammers, these companies, like multiple people running these fake accounts. Someone follows the Daily Traders on Instagram, my actual account. They get a message from like 5 fake the Daily Traders accounts trying to get them to send crypto.
And when I signed up, I remember when we created the Weekly Traders account, I had I don't know, a week later, I looked myself up on like a different account, and I already had
multiple fake ones.
Like people are already impersonating me. I'm like, how is this real?
Yeah, it's probably the biggest scam, one of the biggest scams right now going on, like online. And I think they've got to be making millions.
And even with
scamming all finance,
and even with
educational
all
people.
of like the copycat accounts, I can't believe it's still not verified. Like the main Instagram still isn't verified.
And then meanwhile, people are getting scammed for thousands of dollars, and then Instagram won't verify me.
They don't give a.
They're like, no, you gotta like pay for $30,000.
Usually that's the biggest thing though, is like impersonation. They care about that the most, but really they don't.
They
Especially
don't care.
Not in our
Instagram
niche.
does not care about that.
It's all about
whatsoever.
connections to Instagram. Because like I know kids who are like just new producers. They get 2, 3, 4,000 followers. They get signed to a little record label and they're verified instantly. I know a guy who's like 3,000, 4,000 followers who's verified.
Yeah, I mean, so do I, but it's also different industries.
It is, yeah.
Like,
it depends on the industry.
People get verified as an artist. That's
Like,
super easy.
yeah, it's
for
like-
me to get verified. Yeah, you got to pay a lot.
Yeah.
The getting verified as an artist, I know for a fact, is like $3,000.
Yeah,
But getting verified as like a company, like
finance,
a
educational
brand, it's like
legit company.
like it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's like, is it worth it?
But Instagram should verify me when they see there's hundreds of other fake Daily Trader accounts.
Exactly. Yeah, when they know it's like a problem and they just don't do anything about it.
Same thing on TikTok.
Yeah.
But they made me change my name to Fan. There's so many fake TikTok accounts too reposting my videos.
Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of like weird policies, you see that Andrew Tate got banned?
Yeah,
everywhere.
Andrew Tate got banned. We talked, Cody and I talked about this. But yeah, he got
Did you talk
banned
about
on-
it in the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah,
I missed that
it's
part.
banned on Instagram, Facebook. We went on for a while about it. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts on Andrew Tate getting banned?
Yeah.
Shoot, I mean, I don't want to get too controversial. I don't think he should have been banned like that. That seems pretty extreme. And seems, I mean, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know legal speech, legal jargon, but it doesn't seem fair. Like, the way his platform was just taken down. Obviously, there's some controversy around what he talks about in his marketing strategy, how he's just so out there, right? And he does say some things that are sexist and definitely not good for the greater society. But it's interesting how it just got taken down like that. And it's a weird, like, how it happened so fast and, like, what happened for him to get taken down like that.
I called it.
You called it?
I called it.
When did you say Andrew Tate was being taken down?
I called that he was just going to somehow, they were going to figure out a way to just erase him from the internet. And that's what happened. I said it. I'll go back to it.
Your
will
mic's
replay
buzzing.
it.
Your mic's
I know. I
buzzing.
hate it. That's why I keep hitting mute when I'm not talking.
Okay.
I think there's some interference.
Well, at the end of the day, it's free speech. And there's people who own, platforms like Instagram, Facebook, or Facebook owns Instagram that are controlling what's allowed to be said. They're controlling free speech media.
Yeah,
It's very bad, actually. It's very bad.
Yeah,
It's not like he's saying stuff. It's opinion based. It's not illegal stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's a fine line between like what can be said and what can't be said, and like what the, there's a whole. I took some business law classes in college, and it talks about the legal obligation of companies to protect their patrons, right? So if you own, let's say you own a bar, right, in downtown, and there's like a notorious biker gang, and they're violent. If you see and that they're violent and they can hurt someone, it's kind of your legal responsibility not to allow them in your bar or prevent them from wearing gang colors in the bar.
That makes sense.
Because there's a threat. So if you see let's say a threat let's see Twitter sees a threat, right? Oh, this guy's bad for our community. He can cause this type of damage, because they can get sued too, right? Like their ass is on the line. So what is but then it's weird. It's like, then it can get kind of one-sided between who they're banning, why they're banning them for. But I mean, from like a company perspective, I can see why certain social media brands were getting behind that because their ass was on the line.
That's a good angle, and I hadn't heard that. I just see the TikToks of Tate, to the little Tate fans going off.
Yeah.
Free speech.
I saw your TikTok and you had a comment. You said you called yourself the top G on your fan account.
Oh my God. Yeah, on my fan account.
Yeah. And
I reposted the video someone got of me getting out of the McLaren. And I said, what did I say? Like top G getting out of his McLaren, going to get groceries.
Someone commented bottom G.
Bottom G.
That was a good one.
TikTok commenters are so creative.
They are.
I love
it.
So
they
creative.
really there's some new
people
level
go
of
above and
creativity.
beyond.
There are people who just like think like like they put a lot of effort and like a lot of brain power into that comment.
They make it their purpose to come up with funny comments.
Interesting.
Oh God.
Yeah. Speaking of companies, I don't know too much about this. We should probably do another later episode where I can actually dig into it. Was Twitter and Elon Musk. I just read some new news articles where there was a whistleblower and claims where because Musk is trying to back out of the Twitter deal.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard about that in a while.
Yeah, and Musk is saying that Twitter lied about their actual like fundamentals. They were saying there's an issue with the bot accounts. So on like the
fake accounts.
Yeah. So the number of active users that Twitter claimed wasn't real. Musk is trying to back out of the deal. It's a whole like so. But I wonder how you even trade something like that.
I don't know. I mean, that's tough. I mean, that I don't know enough about the whole deal.
Yeah, we'll do it later. I'll dig into it.
But yeah, let's look into that more.
It's really interesting. Speaking of like laws and deals, you see a thing in California where they're I don't know, it's like the air here I have
the emissions. They're not gonna sell I have it. The Cali Air Resources Board or the CARB bans the sale of petrol cars by 2035. So by 2035 you can't buy gas cars in California. I'm sure there's some like fine lines inside the law or if that's even passed, but so the used car sales will go crazy. Used car market.
Yeah.
It's just new cars being sold at dealerships.
I believe so.
So all electric by 2035. That's soon. That's not far.
Yeah, I mean it's far, but like in the grand scheme of things, it's coming up. You know what I mean? What do you think about that? Like electric cars?
I mean, I like Teslas. I kind of want to get a Tesla, but I mean, I love like my cars, like the G-Wagon and the McLaren and Lamborghinis and like that gas.
The one thing
it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. It's way better than electric.
No, totally. The one thing I like
not
about
for the environment, but
electric cars,
for funness.
Oh yeah, totally. That's what I was gonna say is electric cars is one of the reasons I wanted to get a Tesla. I would get a performance so I could like beat your McLaren.
Yeah, you could beat me in the McLaren
on the budget.
You could.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah,
which would be or I wonder if a Model 3 performance can be a McLaren 570S. Can we pull up the stats on the? We can do that after the fact. Just look up the 0 to 60 of a 570S and a Model 3 performance.
It's 2.8.
I will get to it.
2.8
for the
570.
Okay, we'll do it on.
It's between 2.8 and 3.2. So a Model 3 performance.
Mm-hmm.
And Model 3 performance is?
What's the 0 to 60?
There's so many. I just know my model specifically is 2.8. My McLaren.
Let's see. It's not instantly popping up. This says tested 2019 Model 3 performance hits 60 in 3.1. That's 2019. So who knows? For now, that's just like one of the top results.
It would be close.
Versus 3.2 in the 570.
Nah, yeah, that's
so. Who knows? Maybe
that's a close race.
Yeah, but crazy. That's not the exact. Mine's 2.8. Like sticker on the.
I don't know.
It says 2.8.
2021 McLaren 570S 0 to 60 time 3.2 seconds. May 21st, 2021. Right at the top of Google.
Yeah, no, that's a hard
screenshot.
Top. That's a hard top.
That would be a good race. That would be good
versus this right here from caranddriver.com.
It will be close. Your mic's buzzing like crazy.
I don't know. The interference, something.
There we go.
We'll get that figured out. That would be a good content. Mark versus Jack drag race.
Drag racing. That would be fun.
That would be interesting.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Get one.
Yeah, we'll see.
Nah, I think you should get an AMG.
AMG, you just don't want me to beat you. We'd have like...
No, it's not. No, I think an AMG would be cooler.
There would be like...
You just don't want me to beat you.
There would be beef in the office.
There would be.
If I...
Teslas are clean, yeah, and they're easy to use. But they're not... If you're thinking about like your image on social media, right?
Yeah.
I mean, an AMG is going to go further for content.
That's the interesting thing is like people... There's kind of this whole kind of like... Don't...
Blacked out Range Rover.
Yeah, right. Drug dealer. You had an issue with that, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to sell my Range Rover. I got pulled over 7 times this winter.
That's unreal.
Looks like a drug dealer car.
Talk about, all right, maybe you should focus on your image in real life.
Yeah, maybe.
Plus your image on social media. Which is kind of interesting because like our careers greatly revolves around social media.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, do you ever like, how do you think that affects, like mentally? I don't, like, there's a lot of talk about how social media is bad for your mental health, right? But I feel like social media is, I mean, you obviously we're using it to our advantage, right? As a marketing ploy.
Here's the thing. I'm not on social media personally. I just don't, like it.
Yeah.
If I didn't need social media or use social media for marketing, for business purposes, then I wouldn't be on it.
Mm-hmm.
And at all, right? But it's funny because I have a heavy footprint on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's for business, it's for advertising, it's for marketing, it's strategy. That's all for me.
Yeah, it's that
There's nothing more deep than that.
One thing that like social media that just like shout to my face is it's that consumer to producer, right? It's like I had a business meeting in Miami when I was down there. And this guy, owner of a prop firm, I'm sure we'll get him on the pod, or he's a good guy. We're friends now. Which actually, that would be a really funny story. I had a really funny business meeting, and I fumbled the bag on a date.
Yeah, you haven't been on since you were in Miami, so
yeah,
you went down to Miami for a couple of days.
So next pod, I'll talk about my interesting business meeting with this Ukrainian girl.
Okay,
it was interesting.
Very excited to hear.
But we were talking about how, it's like everyone's a consumer,
Mm-hmm.
and then the people who really make it out on top are producers. Like you don't even have social media for fun. You just have social media for work in your business. You know what I mean? Like there it is right there.
Yeah.
Like everyone,
everyone's
consuming content and buying, but you're the one distributing and selling. So
yeah, that's a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you put yourself in this interesting situation, and but a lot of our conversation during this business meeting talked about that, and the consumer versus the producer, and how there's there's 5 producers, but there's 100 consumers or whatever. Like there's a very offset ratio. And it's like really thinking about how, because, if you really want to make it, you really want to make money, you got to be the producer.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm excited to hear about this meeting.
Yeah.
We'll
talk about
might have happened date. All right. I think that's going to wrap it up.
I think.
Hey, listen.
A little cliffhanger.
Let me go. If you guys want to learn how to trade, the first link is in the description. You'll get access to see my personal trades and learn my exact trading system. So, go check it out if you're interested. Whatsoever.
You just posted new content too?
Yeah,
right?
We added videos to the masterclass. I love saying this. If you're interested in joining, I'll put a discount code down below. Discount code is podcast99. Wait for it to get $100 off.
Whoa!
Wow, not just podcast 100.
Nope.
Also, I had to go with podcast 99.
It's psychological.
Yeah. Also, right now,
is it?
Yes.
We touched on this earlier with the ultimate trading community, with all these very high level traders that no one really has access to except us and people soon to be you guys.
Oh, there goes the bell.
Marcus. For that course, it's going to be only available to the mentorship group for the first couple months.
Yeah.
While we launch. So if you want to get
that's a good point.
Earliest access to that, join the group, learn, become a trader, because this is high level stuff. So it's like you will be a little lost if you don't know anything about trading. So if you're into trading at all, check out the group. If it's for you, join, and then get that access to this new group, because it will be game changing.
Yeah,
and
you'll have a 2-month head start if you're in the mentorship, at least. 2 months ahead of the official launch
Yeah, and I'm positive we'll do some type of discount for people who are already in the mentorship group.
Yeah, it's a really good point. I'm glad you brought it up. So
I would like to end with a shower thought.
go.
Okay.
Okay. Depending on when you grew up, Barney was either a caveman, a dinosaur, an alcoholic, or a womanizer.
Barney the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Dinosaur,
Yeah,
yeah.
dinosaur, the purple guy.
You were either like terrified of him or you loved him whenever you grew up.
That's interesting.
Well, anyways, we hope you enjoyed today's episode.
That was really weird, dude.
I thought it was funny.
Okay.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll
Yeah.
see you next week.
Okay. Tune in next week to hear about my date in that business meeting.
Oh yeah, we totally cut that off.